Hello everyone, today we're going to make Canton Chinese chicken. These are the ingredients we're going to need. As you can see, I've divided the table into 3 parts. We're going to need the things for the rice, the things for the sauce, and the things for the chicken. So let me tell you what we need. First of all, the things for the chicken, we're going to need 3 chicken breasts. I cubed these into small bite-sized pieces. We're going to need 2 tablespoons of flour. We're going to need you can use regular paprika. I used half a teaspoon of sweet paprika and half a teaspoon of hot paprika. We're going to need some salt and pepper, half a teaspoon each. We're going to need a plastic bag because we're going to mix all of this in here. For the chicken, we're also going to need some carrots and some bell peppers. Now these are optional. You can add them if you would like. You don't have to add them if you don't like. And the things for the sauce. These are the things for the sauce. We're going to need 4 tablespoons of ketchup, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're going to need this is a tablespoon of sugar, some black pepper. We're going to need just a pinch of salt because the soy sauce is very salty. We're going to need a half a teaspoon of vinegar. The things for the rice, we're going to need 1 Maggi cube. And if you don't have this, if you don't have Maggi cubes, you can use what is it called? Chicken stock. And we're going to need 2 cups of rice. Sorry, 2 cups of rice. You can use whatever kind of rice you'd like. 1/3 of a cup of peas and some carrots. I finely chopped these. If you had Chinese rice before, the carrots are very small. Also, for the chicken, we're going to need just a bowl to mix in 1 cup of warm water and a tablespoon of cornstarch. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open the plastic bag. We're going to add the chicken carefully, and you want to make sure the bag is not ripped or anything. You're going to mix in the 2 tablespoons of flour, the paprika, the salt and pepper, and we're going to give this a good mix. While that is mixing, in this bowl I'm going to add the water, and I'm going to whisk in the cornstarch. Okay, so we mix the chicken in. As you can see, it's well coated. It has flour everywhere and it's well seasoned. We're going to heat some oil so we can fry these before mixing it in with the sauce. So the oil is done. I put the chicken here to get rid of any. Please be extra careful when you're doing this. You don't want to splatter everywhere. Okay. This is gonna take about 5 minutes to 5 minutes. That's about right. So while the chicken is frying, we're going to get a saucepan and we're going to heat it. We're going to add about a teaspoon of oil. We're going to wait for this to heat and then we're going to add these veggies. So the chicken has a golden color. They're cooked all the way through. We're going to just put them somewhere to dry. Yeah. The reason we put them on a paper is so that all the extra oil will be sucked through the paper, and you want this to be relatively healthy again, even though it's fried, but it's better to have lesser oil. Okay, so this is hot. We're going to add the veggies for 5 minutes until they're relatively soft. 5 minutes into it, we're going to lower the heat to about a 4. While we add the rest of the ingredients. We're going to add the soy sauce, the ketchup, the teaspoon vinegar. Be careful from the splatter. We're going to add the spices. Be extra careful when you're adding these things. They're going to splatter everywhere. We're going to add the chicken. Mix it all in. Okay, so while this is mixing, we're going to make the rice. So after mixing this in for about 2 minutes, we're going to close the heat on it, and then we're going to use a deep pan to make the rice in. So we're going to add just a little bit of oil. And then we're going to get the stir-fry kind of rice going. So the oil is hot, we're going to add the rice. If you have a wok, you can use a wok. I actually don't have one. So we're going to just stir this in a little bit, make a gap in the middle. We're going to add the peas and the carrots. So carrots and the peas and the Maggi cube. So we're going to give all this a good mix. Keep about a half a cup of hot water on the side, because we're going to need to add just a little bit of water to make this a moist. It gives it this extra moisture to the rice. Okay, so 5 minutes into mixing this, I'm going to add the half cup of water. We're just going to stir it in a little bit more. And then we're going to cover it for another 5 to 7 minutes until the rice is soft. While the rice is steaming, I'm going to preheat this again, and then remember the cornstarch water we made before. We're going to add it to the chicken. We're just going to bring this to a boil, so it would all mix in together. And then lastly, when the rice is done, we're going to add this to the rice. As you can see, it got all nice and caramelized, so we're going to turn off the fire. This took about 2 minutes. We're going to remove it from the fire so it doesn't get extra burnt. We'll look at the rice. I think it needs just a little bit more time. 3 more minutes, and then we're going to add the chicken to this rice. If you don't want to add the chicken to the rice, you can serve the rice and on the side the chicken. That's what we're going to do. We're going to serve it side by side. So the rice has been cooking and it's steamed. We're going to plate this big plate. And the chicken. Now you can serve any which way you like. Okay, enjoy!